I've spent the last few days investigating the best method to farm nanites through killing sentinels in the latest No Man's Sky update, and with some very important bits of info, you can take this to 90,000 nanites per hour or more. First thing you need to know is that we will be using summoners for this. I originally largely dismissed utilising the summoner's endless summoning abilities as they are too slow and you only get one. This is not true, at least not always. There are cases when you can have two summoners active at once, and this is on extreme sentinel planets. You won't always see two summoners on extreme sentinel planets, but each wave does have the capability for it. Every time I have picked up a Gravitino ball to get the ball rolling, the first wave only ever seemed to have one, and it is an instant rank 3 for Sentinel annoyance. But if you take it to rank 4 you will get 2, though you have to deal with a dog and mech. So we know we can get two summoners active at the same time, and roughly how to do it. Next is to try and further the efficiency of getting the canisters. Only drones drop canisters that drop the glass. The glass is what we want, as those can drop Sentinel tech upgrades which can sell for a whole lot of nanites. Medics don't drop a canister at all, they just give a little pugnium and such on death. The dog, mech and walkers loot boxes just drop their respective parts and maybe a little something else, but not glass. But there is a way to ensure the summoners only summon drones, as there are limit checks pre-summoning. For each summoner there appears to be a cap of 4 drones or medics. If it drops below that cap they will summon something. Regardless of how many summoners are active, there is a cap of 2 medics allowed, meaning that provided there are 2 or more medic bots around at the time, the summoners will only spawn drones. For a single summoner setup you will have a max of 2 medics and 2 drones, but if you have 2 summoners this cap goes to 2 medics and 6 drones. If you only have 1 medic alive they will still summon 2 more, so you can have 3 medics, and if you have 1 or 5 depending on the context drones they will still summon 2 more, so this cap should be thought of as the lowest amount to prevent further spawning. So the tactic here is to leave 2 medic bots alive so that whether you have 1 or 2 summoners they only ever summon drones, increasing your efficiency massively. This also has the added benefit of the summoners being repaired if you accidentally hit them. Medics will take a few seconds to heal a drone, so provided you always finish off the drones you are hitting, they won't be an issue. Always focus fire, don't try to AoE. As for the times for summoning, it takes around 4 seconds for a summoner to summon the sentinels it is summoning, after which there will be a 10-second cooldown before it can attempt to summon again. This means that with a single summoner setup you'll get roughly 1 drone per 7 seconds. With a 2 summoner setup it's 1 every 3.5. A 2 summoner setup is peak, having a third would be incredibly difficult to keep up with, as 2 is already quite intense if you are doing this at maximum efficiency when you take into consideration shooting canisters for both the loot and shields as well as reloading. While I brought up reloading, it is important to note that if you completely empty your clip the reload will take twice as long, so even if you only have a single shot left, reload then. It is more efficient to reload your weapon at any point after you've reached lower than 50% of its capacity than when it's fully empty. Now, as for the canisters themselves, a drone will always drop 1, but a canister will not always drop a glass. It has a drop chance of 66%, so you'll get a glass in every 2 of 3 canisters. On top of that, glass won't always give you an upgrade you can sell for nanites upon looting. It can drop many things, but the upgrade drop rate is pretty good at 20% per type. So you have a 40% chance of getting one of the 2 upgrades per looting of glass. There is also a 12% chance of getting a measly 10 to 15 nanites. If we look at theoretical peak efficiency, always having the summoner summoning something at the earliest possible time and somehow collecting canisters etc., the 2 summoner setup can reach as much as 140,000 nanites per hour, only counting the upgrades themselves. Adding the pugnium and other sources from the fighting it would reach around 150k. But this is not realistic. After doing it myself and making sure to include mistakes to make it comparable to normal farming, I reached a rate of 91,560 per hour. It's worth noting that within this time I went through ammunition with my pulse spitter at a rate of around 35,000 per hour, and that's primarily using my mining beam to shoot canisters whenever I got on top of the summoned drones enough to get a few seconds. A single summoner setup would be far easier to control and could realistically reach a rate of 60 to 70,000 per hour, so may actually be the option many would prefer to go for. I would not recommend the 2 summoner setup for permanent players. My very well upgraded launch day normal mode save had its shield taken down a few times throughout the hour. When it comes to selling your sentinel upgrades, it really pays to sell at specific places. Different space stations will give you different amounts per upgrade, and the amount they give you are specific to the module type. So a station giving you 500 or more nanites per Sentinel exosuit upgrade will give you a different amount for the weapon version. So far the highest I've seen per upgrade is 512, the lowest is around 450, so it is a big difference, especially when we're talking about potentially hundreds of modules being sold. To make it easy, here are the addresses to two systems that give good prices. They are both in the Euclid UAS. The first is a by Hughes system, which is the co-capital system. This system will buy your Sentinel exosuit upgrades for 511 nanites each, which is an amazing price. This second system is the Hera farming system. Here you can sell your Sentinel weapon upgrades for 512 each. I would recommend portaling to these locations and using the teleporter in the space station so that you can just teleport back whenever you wish to sell your upgrades. Also note the bug where using a portal in a system will remove that system's teleport from your list. So if you plan to use the portals there, you may wish to build a base for a more permanent callback. As far as increasing the efficiency goes, this isn't where it stops. You can also increase the efficiency of farming by building a base. At the most simple, I would recommend building a sort of pyramid, which will have a similar effect to perfectly flat land, in that it will raise the sentinels focused on you from the ground, lowering the chance of them getting stuck in the terrain. It will also give you 360 degrees of clear shooting. You should build this base on as flat a piece of land as you can find, and it's also helpful to build it near a sentinel pillar in case you wish to turn off the sentinels at some point. Another great tip would be to build this on a bluegrass planet, as the orange sentinels will contrast better with the terrain, allowing for easier aiming. A huge plus of building a base for this is also that the sentinels cannot destroy your base. You can stand on this pyramid without needing to constantly move around or out of craters. For mine, I built a teleporter and trade terminal etc. inside my pyramid and a landing pad floating above it. I also built short range teleporters that went directly to the pillar, pad and in the pyramid. One thing I did not do, which I may try next time, is to dig underneath the pyramid, allowing for a large portion of the canisters to fall underneath and collect in a more tight space, making them easy to shoot at once. You are all welcome to use my base. It is on normal mode at the address on screen now on the Thunderdome planet. Lastly is the weapon of choice. I would recommend the Pulse Spitter. It has its downsides, but it is very powerful and deals quick damage. The Boltcaster is another option, but the burst type annoys me personally. Scatterblaster would require more movement due to its low range, and so is not too suited to a singular position battle. The Neutron Cannon is great, but its AoE damage could be quite bad for hitting summoners by accident. The Blaze Javelin is a bit too slow. Pairing a Pulse Spitter with a Paralysis Mortar and Voltaic Amplifier, however, is a very good strategy, which will both speed up your kills and lower the amount of damage incoming to you. I'm unsure though how Paralysis affects a summoner. It would certainly stop or interrupt the summoning, but whether the cooldown continues to run while it is stunned, I'm not sure. If it doesn't, then this could be used well with minimal or no effect to the spawning efficiency. More in-depth guides on your weapons and layouts are being worked on at the moment, so keep an eye out for those. I hope this was helpful towards your nanite gathering efforts. If it was, be sure to hit the like button and let me know if you have any ideas that maybe I missed or could improve on. Have a fantastic day, folks.